Hey you guys, welcome to Caligurl Talks, and I have my most special guest. You guys, it's my YouTube bestie. She may not know it yet, but she is Abroadability, you guys. Yes! Come on, just introduce yourself. I already know who you are, and just in case someone else doesn't, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, hola mi gente. I am Aisha from Abroadability. I have lived here for about 3 years. My anniversary was the 14th. But anyway, I have a YouTube channel as well, and I discuss traveling and living abroad with a disability. I have cerebral palsy, and I just showcase Panama from the perspective of someone who has a mobility constraint, and also the world. So I'm excited to be here.
Yes. You guys, I started following her before I even moved to Panama. So she was giving me good insights about the Avenida Balboa, because I was trying to gauge to see, like, you know, where do I want to live? And so you had a video when I first started following, you had a video talking about there's different aspects of Avenida Balboa, like they're not all created equal. And so
They surely are not.
yeah, and so I went to the part where it's the noisiest. So yeah, thanks for that.
No problem.
Yeah, but really today, you guys, we want to talk about digital nomading and the struggles. So if you guys get a chance, watch this video where Aisha breaks down some of the realistic struggles. Like, we kind of aren't telling our story in that area, and so I wanted to be more transparent. You kind of motivated me to say, hey, you know, this speaks to me. I feel like I was messaging you saying,
Yeah.
my God, like your whole video is like about the struggle that I'm having right now, you guys. So let's talk about this digital nomad thing. Like, maybe you can just give a little bit of a recap of some of your basic points of the struggles that we're having here.
So I think in general, when people like move abroad or traditionally expats, it's more so for like retired people. But now that there are like different generations moving like in hordes, no one's really discussing what it's like for us when we're not retired or still working digitally. It can be a completely different experience than the ones that retirees are having. So I think some of the things I discussed was like your social network, right? A lot of retirees, they're not working. They can go out all the time. They can travel all the time. They go to all these events. You might get invited and you're like, well, I have to work, or I have a meeting, or I have to be up at 7 a.m. the next morning for this meeting, where they can sleep in. And I think because some of us are working, it makes it kind of harder for us to form some of those friendships that a lot of the retirees may have, because they have more time to create those bonds. Another thing is, I don't think we really plan for the longevity of living abroad. A lot of the retirees have their pensions or Social Security. They may have years worth of savings that they have prepared for retirement, where I feel like we, or myself, I can say, I had buckets of money that I'm like chipping away at, and I had to change my perspective of my savings. It's no longer savings, it's being used, right? So if you're like financially stable and you're like, yes, I had this savings, but now you're tapping into it, are you okay seeing that depleting every week or every month when before you were used to seeing it increase, right?
Right.
It's a completely different mindset when you start using that money. So like I came here in 2022. I moved here 2 days after I quit my job. And I was like, I'm going to take a year sabbatical. It's turned into 3. And I'm now at the point where I'm like, I don't know if this is sustainable.
Right.
Like I might need to go back to work in some form or fashion within the next year for me to continue to live the lifestyle that I want, right? And that's kind of the point of me moving abroad. It was to change my lifestyle, to have different experiences. And for me to continue to have that, I might need to look at different sources of income.
That's the reality. I feel like I'm there, Abroadability. Like your video kind of just made me say, like, be realistic. Like, I'm at that point where I saved up. Most people aren't even saving up, but I saved 6 months of living. That's always like a general plan. But I wasn't prepared for the administration to change in the United States and for all these big humps to happen. Like my main contract is with a nonprofit, and we get the funding for a lot of the projects that I work on as a graphic designer through the government grants. And so a lot of that stuff got halted. I went from like a full income to probably less than a fourth.
Oh gosh.
So this whole year, I'm seeing that number dwindle on that on that savings box. And so it's like now it's bare minimal, and I'm like, okay, you have to be realistic about your digital nomad life. And so then the other hurting part is the change. Like everything was remote. What are you guys doing? Like I'm a designer. There's no need for me to be on site. And so a lot of these jobs now that you're bidding for, they want hybrid. So if it's in Texas, you got to be in their office 2 to 3 days a week. So that takes away my ability to travel around. So yeah, the reality is, as a digital nomad, we don't always control what's going on. And if our income is tied to a certain source, and that source changes, and that changes the way we function too. So yeah, I'm kind of faced with the reality, you guys. Like I might have to regroup in the States and rebuild, and then maybe either head back here or to my next destination as a digital nomad, who knows. But yeah, so I feel like what are some things that we can do as a digital nomad, kind of thinking ahead now that we know, like I'm in this predicament. Luckily I saved 6 months worth of living, but what else can we do to kind of like make ourselves more solid?
I think having different sources of income. Like so I kind of consider myself a digital nomad, but I kind of don't. It's weird, but I guess I am.
You're a digital nomad?
I am, yeah. So that's weird. I'm realizing my title now. I think having different sources of income. Like I did consulting. So that I had one contract, it was for 1 year, and then it turned into 3. It ended in April. So having consulting, I have YouTube. I think just having a trillion sources of income will help a lot. That way, if one goes away, you're not scrambling. You can regroup. You can find one thing to replace that while you still have money coming in. And I think that's the best we can do, because we don't control any of this, right? We don't control the world shutting down. We don't control the administrations. All we can control is what we do. And I think we have to do more than we might have been used to.
And hustle's in my blood. So I've always been an entrepreneur, but you're in the States. There's always hustles. Like I remember I worked part-time for a nanny agency. I Lyft and Uber. Like I have a Lyft and Uber account. Like I've done that for years. There's always little side gigs. But now I'm here in Panama, so the ability to tap into this side hustle is minimized. I feel like I was trying to, but I maybe waited too late. But yeah, so the ability to side hustle, you guys, probably not the same too. So yeah, I have to make a different plan as a digital nomad for this particular thing that's happening to me. And it's stressful too, like I'm out here and I'm sitting here debating like my lifestyle and what I really want to have, or what needs to happen with my daily work, my income, and that kind of thing.
So I'm glad you're sharing this, because I feel like a lot of us suffer in silence, and we're all going through something similar. There are other people here who are not working that went back to work, and we're just not discussing it and we're not sharing it. And I think that's part of the point of your channel, is to let people know the realities of what it's like to be a digital nomad, what it's like to live abroad. And it's not always like the roses and rainbows that's depicted online.
Yeah, our world is changing fast too. Like you said, we can't control it. So it also woke me up like, okay, if all incomes go away, like how am I going to survive? What am I going to do? And so I don't know. I feel like it's a scary time. Like I felt like I stayed up all night, sort of just, panting over it and a little bit stressed out. So I was kind of excited that we were going to shoot this video today and just talk through it. It feels good to just talk through it,
Yeah.
And yeah, but I'm scared, you guys.
So I think we all get scared because it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to live, right? How am I going to live? And when we're brave enough to take this chance in another country, we're opening up ourselves to being vulnerable, which is fine. We're also vulnerable in the States. You could get fired the next day,
True.
right? But it's just a bit different there. There are more safety nets.
You have family and people to fall back on too.
Yes. Which we still do. If it doesn't work out here, we can always go back home.
Yeah.
We just know we don't want to stay there.
Right.
Right? So I think it's fine. You have a plan. You lived here. And you already know what it's like. You know the money it takes. And you'll be fine. It's a pivot. It's just a pivot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I was born, this is going to sound weird. It's not a blessing, but other stuff, right? My personal trainer, you know, the daily stuff. No, I know he'll still be there. He'll still be
so
here.
sad. Yeah, I had to cut. That's the reality, you guys. So
Yes.
as I've been paying attention to my money dwindling, like all of the luxuries kind of that were regular go, like house cleaning, the gym, having the trainer come, eating out, although I didn't eat out a ton with my vegan life. But like, yeah, and now I'm paying more attention to what I'm purchasing. Like, you know, is it $20? Is it $22? Like that $2 matters now. Like,
It does.
Yeah, so I feel like it's good though. It's good. It just makes me more. It just adds to my experience in life. You know, that's what I'm doing. You go out there and you do something, and you gain an education that you couldn't have signed up for a class in a university or even paid to get. So I definitely feel educated. Panama is definitely still winning. I feel like. Do you feel like like it's been overemphasized? It's so cheap. It's so cheap. Like I feel like it's not cheap. It's just less
Cheaper.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's the way we live, right? I want the waterfront views. I don't have to have the waterfront views. These views cost more, right? I don't have to have a personal trainer. I don't have to have someone come in to clean my apartment. These are the choices that I'm making because I like this lifestyle. So, you know, there might be someone in Panama that's living, her entire monthly budget is what I pay for rent, right? So, although they say it's cheap, I think it's just cheaper, and I think it depends on how you want to live.
And where you came from in the States too.
Right.
Like I know people that came from Georgia that are like, oh, it's so expensive here. And then I come from Cali and it's like, oh my God, this is, where was that? This is Panama, yeah.
Panama.
Wow.
Now notice we didn't get up and run.
Yeah, right.
Like, we didn't get up, run, we didn't duck. There was a shop,
Right.
looked around. Is it a firework? Did something bad
Right,
happen? Okay.
right. We're not worried.
We're not worried.
That's
Like-
crazy.
like-
Yeah. So then that's the other thing, like since you bring that up, I'm gonna change this bag. Okay, so now I'm going back to the States. So now this opposite PTSD of how much has changed, like how much of those worries am I gonna take back on after being here for a year and a month? Like now, yeah, I don't know like how I'm gonna feel.
I think it'll just be a muscle reflex. Like it's survival, right? We knew how to live in that state. You'll notice a difference. I think you'll notice it at first, but you already know how to live in that state.
Yeah.
And you know how to live in that building, and you know it's not forever. So
Right.
since you're planning for your next move, girl, you'll be fine.
Yes,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You'll be fine. It's just
Yeah.
temporary. And I would look at it as something positive. Like you get to go back and regroup.
Right.
Some people don't have that option.
I
Some people have
know.
left their countries and they can't go back. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a blessing in this, even though you may not want to do it and you're nervous. You get to do it. And I think that's another way to look at it.
Yeah, so true, so true. Yes, so positive. I love this lady right here. When I met her in person, you guys, I was like, I'm not really a stalker, but I might come across. I just loved her. Like, and you know, it's also fun when you follow someone on YouTube
And you get to meet them.
and you meet them and you already have this preconceived notion of who they are, and then they're that. And then I've met YouTubers where I thought they were so great, and then I met them in person. It's like, so she's everything that she is on her channel and more, you guys. So tune in to Abroadability. She shares so much insights about Panama. Like, you definitely want to subscribe to that channel anyway if you're planning on moving here, because she gives the gist of just outings, apartment hunting, issues, fun stuff. Like, she's been all around, even to the indigenous tribes. That, yeah, I still have more things to knock off on my bucket list, so I will be back here to hang out and do more stuff. But I'm a digital nomad also and have a bucket list of places to hit up too, so we'll see. But I definitely wanted to just like get this off my chest, and with you in general, because your video inspired me so much. And so I appreciate you taking time to hang out with the little people.
Whatever, don't listen to her. Like-
Yes. So any extra advice that you have for me or people like me or people like you who are on the lookout for coming to Panama?
I think just be honest with yourself. Like, Panama is great. I love it. But there are things that you just have to get used to and you're going to have to adjust to. And that's anywhere. That's even if you move to another state. But just be realistic and honest with yourself and have a plan A, B, C, and D. That, I think, is the most important thing. Have a plan A, B, C, and D.
FG. Yeah, ooh, so there was a clause in my contract, my rental agreement, that, you know, even though I haven't reached my year yet, there's still a way to give a 30-day notice and vacate. I didn't realize that existed. My landlord actually pointed that out to me, so that's a trip. So I have that option that I'm thinking about taking.
So I think I do want to talk about that.
Okay.
So like we'll move around from building to building, to town. Some people break their lease, and you have to budget for that because you're losing that deposit. And then the next place that you go to, you have to put down a deposit. You're paying for moving. So these are just things that really, I don't think people are really talking about, and you have to have the money to be able to do that. You know, she said she had 6 months worth of expenses. I don't even remember what I had, but I know it's gone, right? I'm on the next bucket of money.
Right?
Like,
yeah, not okay.
And I would say like the first 2 years I lived here, I was living like a tourist.
Oh,
You know, I was not
yes.
living like I'm Panamanian or that I live here. So I blew through a lot of money. I needed to do that for some healing, but I don't think I accounted for that first year,
yeah.
you know, of adjusting.
It was probably necessary though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been navigating. I feel like maybe 4 or 5 months in, because that's like, I feel like a few months after I got here. I got here in May of 2024. So yeah, then the new administration didn't take over until January, but I guess I was sort of alert that could be some changes, you know, because there always is. And then so that's when things started dwindling. I was like, ooh, okay. So I started little by little cutting things back. But yeah, I feel like I know a lot more, like I'm more prepared. And you guys, I hope that us being honest and open and sharing with you helps you prepare too. So, you know, you don't have to necessarily do like I'm doing and go back and regroup. Like, it's not a failure though. Like I think sometimes people say, I remember I've always done this in my life, like years and years and years and years ago, I did the same thing and moved off to Hawaii and just wanted to try something new. And so I wasn't as smart then. I was much younger and much dumber and much braver. But I learned, you know, a valuable lesson about like when you go off away from your family and just being prepared. And so I feel like this move, definitely having the 6 months worth of living under my belt and, you know, the support of the family. But I remember someone had said, you left and then you came back, so you like lost. You just wasted your time. And I told her, I was like, only someone who's never been anywhere or done anything would conclude that about, you know, kind of just branching out and doing something new. And that's what I told her, like, I have an education that I couldn't have got at any university or anywhere. I couldn't have signed up for, and I know something. And then I accumulated family. Like now I have my ohana, you know, 26, 27 years later, I have my ohana, my family. That's your Hawaiian family, because yeah, that's a whole nother video about the culture of Hawaii. But yeah, so I'm actually, that's where it landed me in Texas from Cali. It's like, because my ohana moved from Hawaii to Texas, and so I would go visit, and then finally I was like, it's cheaper than Cali, you know, like Cali is insane, you guys. And so yeah, and then the Panama was a little cheaper than Texas in some areas though, because to me I feel like I'm paying just a little bit less for my apartment with all of the extras, of course, having waterfront views, but then I was in the Houston area. So yeah,
I am I paying more? No, I think I'm paying a little less than I was in Houston as well.
Yeah.
But I don't have these views.
Right.
Like, I couldn't afford this in the U.S. And I think that's the difference. When people say it's cheaper here, it is, because you cannot afford this in the U.S.
No.
But it doesn't mean that you're paying $200 for it.
But these views, like, so I'm in California, a waterfront view, let's say San Francisco overlooking the bay, like what we have here, it's going to be like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month just for a one bedroom. It's insane. So yeah, I'm paying a fraction of the cost for the same lifestyle. With the weather, our 2 seasons here that are hot,
too hot and hotter.
I was laughing when you said that.
Like,
but today feels good, even though the sun's
is.
out. We got a nice breeze coming.
Like nice tan,
yeah,
short tan.
getting our vitamin D in. Yes,
which I need.
Okay, well, cool, you guys. So make sure you check out that video on the Broad Abilities channel and the other videos too, because she has you winning here in Panama just as she had me winning. She's a good support system. I feel like, yeah, I'm recovering from the idea of, is it a failure? But I'm a digital nomad, so that's what we do. We move around, and you know, I'm missing out on opportunities to get some well-needed gigs because they need some hybrid action, and so I need to go back to the places to make myself available.
Have you looked into house sitting?
I thought about it because, you know, I first found out about expats watching Stephanie Perry.
Yep.
And so I did think about that, but I don't know if it's my thing because I even feel like now I struggle like with being in someone's space.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. That may be something though to look at, you guys. See, like, look, reaching out other ideas. But to me, like, my career path as a YouTuber is my secondary thing. But graphic design is just like from my computer, and I've always done well with it. I fired corporate America like 5 years ago and just been on my own.
Fireworks.
So, fireworks, yes. What's the celebration cause? Because the sun rose and set.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Panama.
Wednesday.
Panama has no need. They don't have to have a reason to celebrate. It's so cool here. So you guys, you got to experience it, even if it's just as a digital nomad. It's an experience worth having, and I have zero regrets of coming here. Yeah, and stay tuned for, you know, my next destination. If not back here, it's going to be the next place. I have a whole bucket list of places, and so yes, yes, and yes. Well, I have all of her information. I'll post it below in the description.
Thank you.
And so yeah, like this video, you guys, because YouTube needs to share it because other people need to know it. And so if you haven't already, kick the like button, hit the subscribe, and tap the notification bell because I have so much more to share and I don't want you to miss it. Thanks so much for watching today, you guys. I share, you share, we share together. I'm Caligurl and Abroadability, and it's our expat lifestyle. Deuces. Yes.